Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. In today's video, we're going to continue working on part 15 of this house build. Let's get started. So in the last video, we were able to add all the lights, and then we added this extrusion right here, a little bit of design, and then all the pot lights. We chose the square base face, and then you'll be able to add in the circle if you want to, and then we have added all of this as well. So now what we're gonna do is we're gonna create the sheets. I'm gonna show you how to create sheets and then add all the floor plans and all of those. So now go to sheets, right click, and then new sheet. We have A0 metric already loaded, but if you need a different title block size, you can go to load, and then here you'll find title blocks, and we have A0 until A4 metric. So now we're just gonna choose A0 metric because it's already loaded and it's the default, so I don't need to look for another one. So I'm gonna press OK, and then we have A0 here. We could change the numbering and Revit will recognize the sequencing. For the owner, ACD, Arch Core Design, and then the project name, we could just put house. And then because this is the first one, we could name this one as cover sheet. After that, right click here again, new sheet, select the size, and as you can see, sequencing is recognized by Revit. So we're going to add at least 5 sheets for now, but we could add a little bit more if we want to add sections and all of those. But for now, cover sheet, first floor, second floor, and then 2 elevation. I'll add 1 more for each section. And then to rename all of this, you can go here and then click 1 more time. And then here we'll be able to add the first floor. And then you can also do it, double click here, and you'll be able to select it here, second floor. So either way, whatever's easier for you, you can change it. So elevation, and then another elevation, and then a section. And then a section here. So now let's go back to cover sheet, and then we go to ground. So here in ground, what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna take a camera and then take an image. So we're gonna create an image from here going all the way. This is the view range, so I'm gonna make it like that. So we have our image. It's your choice now to click on find so that everything is showing up, and then go to realistic. You can make it big, and this is what we're gonna use for us. So every time we open this will be our starting view. So I'm gonna choose this one as my starting view. This is called 3D view 1, so I'm gonna choose that. And then this is what I'm gonna use for my rendering. So I'm gonna render, go to view, and then click on render, and then we're just gonna render this as draft. It's because if we choose anything else from here, from medium to custom, it will take a lot of time. So just draft, make it simple, just leave it like as is, and then just click render. It will render in seconds only, and we'll be able to just use that for our rendering for our image. And then once we save this image, we can actually see a rendering group here. But before we save that, we could adjust exposure. So from here, the rendering is done. This is the look of that rendering. So you can adjust exposure. So this one, I want it to be a little bit darker, shadow, saturation, intense, and then warmer. Click apply. So that looks much better. And then you'll be able to reset it or just press OK. So that's the look of our new rendering image, and then we'll be able to save them. So save it. You can choose render 1 as your name, and then press OK. So now if we scroll down here, we will have our rendering section now. So that's what we're gonna use to add our image in our cover sheet. So you can close this now, click on A100 sheet sheet number, and then here we'll be able to add the rendering. I don't want the title, so I'm going to choose no title, and then you'll be able to double click and then enlarge the image. So I'm gonna enlarge it like this, and then double click on the space, and then as you can see, we have this image now. And then this cover sheet is not complete yet because I want to add all the sheet names or drawing list. So to do that, we need to go to schedule, and then right click, and then new sheet list, let's add. And then the sheet list that I'm gonna add here, I want the sheet name or sheet number first, so I'm gonna add it to the parameter, and then sheet name is the next. Only those two. It's up to you. If you want to add a little bit more, you can add the issue date, drawn by or designed by, the count, or everything else. So it's up to you to decide which parameters are you gonna add. If for example you made a mistake, you don't want the sheet number, you could just remove the parameter. Okay, so now press OK on here. We have our sheet list. I want to change this to drawing list. Also, I want to change the look because I don't want this gap right here. So click edit appearance, uncheck this blank row before data, and then I want to enlarge this, enlarge the size. So I'm gonna choose 8 for the title text, and then 7 for the header text, and then for the body I want at least 5. Press OK. As you can see, we have our drawing list. We'll be able to just drag and drop, and then we'll be able to just extend this, as you can see. So this drawing list is linked to everything else. So if ever you deleted the section, so let's do an example. I want to delete the section, it will automatically delete on this drawing sheet. So that's how accurate this one is, so you don't need to worry about anything else. So just add it and then leave it, and then it will all cover itself. So after that, let's go to first floor, and then here the situation is we need to just add level 1, and then we see how it looks. So from what it looks, this one is 1:50. So just let's see how the scaling looks. So if it's 1:100, as you can see, that's the look of that. If we go back, 1:50 is what we did, and 1:25. Let's see how it looks. So 1:25 is too much, so the perfect size that we can do is 1:50. So let's go back here and then just change it to 1:50. That's good. Make it to fine. And then if we go here, what we can do is we could add in the border. So you need annotation, detailed line. I usually choose thin line, and then the gapping, I'm gonna do 10, 10, and then put the floor plan inside the box. So that looks good right there. And then usually I will leave the general notes or keynotes on the right side. So depending on the company you're working with, it depends on them if how they like the standards. So here I could have a standard general notes or keynotes if I want to. And then here I'm gonna put first floor. If this is not the naming, because we have level 1, the solution for that is adding the titles on sheet. So if we remove this, for example, the naming will be level 1. But if you only want to change, you don't want to change this, you just want to change it to the title, just add it here. And then now it's first floor. Click on the view and then drag this title line. So now everything looks good. And then I'm going to copy this, so click on tab and then Control C. I want to add it on the second floor as well. So Control V, so that we don't need to do the 10 by 10. And then here, just double check if it's 1:50, and then you just need to drag and drop. It's a little bit smaller, so we could just move this one a bit like that. Click that, move it here from the bottom, click on the view, and then drag that one. So now it looks good. On the corner, everything is organized. So in terms of elevation, go to elevation, go to ease, and then let's see how this one fits. So this one is too small, so what we're gonna do is we're going to change this to 1:50, go back to the first elevation sheet, and then test it. So that looks good right there. So what I'm gonna do is go to ease, make sure fine, and then let's add in maybe shade. Actually not shade, realistic. Turn on the shadow, and then I want some background, so I'm going to put gradient, apply, okay. So that looks much better, and then add it right here. So that looks good right there. I'm going to do the same on all of them. So 1:50, make sure it's fine, realistic, turn on shadow, go back here, graphic display, gradient, apply, okay. go to south, 1:50, realistic, turn on shadow, graphic display option, go to background, and then change it to gradient. And then go to west elevation as well, do the same thing. Realistic, shadow, go back here, graphic display option, and go background gradient. So now the only thing we need to do is just drag and drop all of this, and then go back to elevation, go to south, and then add west as well. And then it's up to you if you want to add border lines. So it looks much amazing if you have border lines so that it looks professional. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna make this one nicer like that, put this one outside. So it's really depends on your company and how they want you to put it. So you have your own standards in company. And then here I want the gap to be at least 30 only, and then make it consistent on all. There we go. And then grab it here. So I'm gonna copy both of this, Control C, and then go to elevation, the first one, Control V, and then just line it up. There we go. And then what you need to do is just add it and then fix the title. And then here, so if you have this issue, what you need to do is just go back to north. You can basically just move it front like that, and then go back to elevation again, and then now everything is fit. And then here, grab this one, and then select the view again to change the line size. So now everything looks good. I'm going to do the section as well. So I'm gonna Control V because we still have the lines. I'm gonna create two. So we need to go to level 1 and then create section, horizontal and vertical. Usually it's best if we have the section right here, and then this is the view range. You just put it something like that, and then here I think it's better to have it from the kitchen, and then the view range like that. So now if we go to section, 1:50, and then do the same thing, find realistic, shadow on, and then the gradient background. And then go to section 2, do the same thing, find realistic, and then display option, background, and then gradient. Section, go, and then just add each one of them. So section 1 and then section 2 right here, and then let's fix the title right here, just add it there, select the view so that this title will be able to move. There we go. So everything is good. Now we just need to save it, and then we're going to print it. Let's see. So we can select this one, choose your printer, make sure to select view and then combine them. So make sure to click this again, because once you select the views, it will go back, and then select this, uncheck, check none. So here you'll be able to create a preset. So for example, you want a full set, check all and then save. For example, you have another one, like for example, go to in session, and then for example, this is change number 1 only. You can save as change 1, or make it change 2. So now we have change 1 and change 2 different presets. So now if we go back to preset, all of this will be checked, and you'll be able to just press OK and then press OK as well. So just waiting for it to get printed. So let's go to document. Here we'll save it at the desktop, and then let's double check how it is. So we have our drawing list, we have our rendering, and then go scroll down. We have first floor, second floor, we have our elevations, and then we have our section. And then we can just cancel this. Make sure you can close all inactive and then save. So thank you for watching, and hope you liked the video. Please hit like and subscribe. Feel free to comment down below.